Hello, you lovely lot. How are you on this Monday morning? Did you have a nice weekend? Where was the weekend gone? But at least the sun was shining. Hopefully it's still shining wherever you are at the moment because it's lovely and sunny up here. A little bit chilly in the wind, but it is lovely and sunny. But yes, it's Monday morning. That means it's the start of a new week at Crafters TV. I'm Debbie Fisher, as you can see below, and I'm just coming in for Ben just for this one day. He's having a nice day off, having an extended weekend. So we've got a nice day to have you into this Monday, which is going to be absolutely perfect. Now, Monday is all about sort of a masterclass today. So we've got our wake up call this morning. So you're joining us for an hour. We've got our amazing masterclass this afternoon, which I am so looking forward to because it's just a perfect way to ease you into whatever new craft you want to do. And then at 5 p.m. tonight, obviously we have Monday Makers. So and we've got lots to look forward to there as well. Now we've got not just me today, we've got my very best friend and the person I just love working with, and he's so talented as well, and I can't wait to see what he has in store for you today. But it's only our Craig. So morning Craig, afternoon Craig.
I know, it's so nice to actually be with you and actually be back. It feels like ages since I've been here.
Is it a long time since you've been here?
Probably not, but it just feels like it. It just feels like I've had it been one of those rolling. I had like a week off, then I was back, and then a week off, and then I was back. Not that I should be saying that, because you and Debbie have been left with it all. But yeah, that's it. Holidays now, done and dusted. Certainly for the foreseeable future anyway. And yeah, really good back. I'm back all week up till Thursday.
Amazing.
And yeah, really good. We were just talking about that. I think out of all the master classes that we could be doing, I think ink pads is a really good one, isn't it?
Absolutely is. Because I think because we do so many, it's the ones we get asked a lot of questions about, because people don't know what the different ink pads are. Not everybody, a lot of you know now. You're all quite knowledgeable. So, but what we are going to ask for today is lots of questions for the later show. So we can do a bit of a crafty clinic. So that might actually be on Monday Makers, but it'd be really nice to get as many questions in as possible. So anything you want to know about ink pads, then let us know. But Craig will be able to answer them because he is a whiz with the ink pads. They're just amazing to use. And also there is a lot to look at because they're on some good deals as well.
There may be. I was having a little peruse this morning, so check them out on the website as well. Lots of things that you'll find, and we're going to do it within Monday Makers as well. We're going to kind of cross-pollinate with the ink pads with what we've got as well, and they'll also work well with some of the deals on the website.
Yes, now talking about the website, we are going to sew into spring. It is our new sewing. We've got lots of new sewing stuff that's going onto the website today. So please go and have a look into that because it is absolutely amazing. And it's called Sew into Spring. You'll find lots of newbies, lots of new stuff on there, which is incredible, including, I might add, some amazing beads, which you're going to want to get. So there they are. You can see them there in the corner, the beads. You're going to absolutely want them. I'm going to order them. I want to see how much they are. I'm definitely going to order them. Let's click on the beads. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that's a good price. Oh, I'm definitely going to get them. They're amazing.
It'd be great for shakers.
Yeah, we definitely want them. Great for shakers. That's exactly what I was thinking, Craig. Yes, so
I know you said it. I pinched your idea.
So they're absolutely amazing as well. Now, before we get started, let's see who's in with us this morning. I'm pretty sure Rachel. Yes, Rachel's in this morning. Radical Rachel's in on social. So make sure you send all your comments over to her, and she will send them into the studio. Trudy's in this morning, and she's saying, welcome back, Craig.
Thank you.
Susan's here and saying, morning from a rainy Delaware. No rain here today, Susan. PB Brewer Martin is saying hello to Debbie, Craig and socials and CTV and the warehouse and everyone. This new lineup of shows sounds so much fun, doesn't it just? We had a big meeting last week and we were all throwing ideas around, and actually I'm just going to give a massive shout out to the team because they turn around things so quickly. It's like, you know what, why can't we do something with us at home when we're working from home, because believe it or not, when we're not here for the week or not a hobby maker, we are literally working from home. We're doing all our prep, we're planning for all our shows. So now we're coming up with these ideas that maybe we could do a bit of a show from our own craft rooms, which is super excited. I know Craig will tell us more about it later, because he's going to be up. He's going to be our guinea pig. He's going to be testing for us to see how we can do it and how we can do that in the studios, or literally sort of zoom into the studios and get that out to you, which is going to be fun. So yeah, you're going to absolutely love the lineup that we've got. Julie's in saying hello from a sunny Ipswich, which is near me, Julie. Lois is in saying good morning from Ohio. Pat is in saying good morning to everybody from a lovely New Jersey. Robin's in saying hello to everyone. The sun is shining here today while I'm stuck inside. Well, just make sure you have the window open, little breeze coming through, have that sun on your face. I was saying the other day, Craig, just literally, I think someone was telling me just 5 minutes of sun on your face in the daytime can lift you to a higher level in your spirits. So.
And do you know something? I really, really believe that. And I used to think years ago, my gran, who's no longer around, and forgive me, you guys are going to have to help me here. She used to always say she had the winter, when you feel low and down in the winter time.
Yeah.
Seasonal, what was that, Nicola? Seasonal?
Sad. It was called SAD, wasn't it? Yes. Seasonal
affective disorder. And I used to always, being a little bit younger, and I used to think, oh, Gran, what you on about? Don't be silly. Do you know something? I genuinely believe that is the thing, because exactly as you said, Debbie, the last couple of days, although I have been doing a lot of prep for upcoming shows, just taking some time out, just going out in the sunshine, whether it's sitting in the sunshine. I may have had a little drive into Durham the other day. Just had
your little glass on
my
the
little
side.
glass. I did just have the one because I was driving, but yeah, I had the one there. Yesterday I jet washed the car and that as well. Just getting that sunshine, you really genuinely do makes you feel really good and energised.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've got something else that's going to make you feel good and energised today. It is No Housework Day! Yay! Woo, 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 woo. It's No Housework Day, so I am personally giving you permission to not do anything today. Not do anything, but sit and relax, watch me and Craig, maybe
Let's
do
it
some
then.
crafting.
Let's go. Not me.
You get back. You've got to work. Yeah, you've got to work. So as we're celebrating No Housework Day, we've got a giveaway, and we're giving away these amazing gnome stamp and die sets, which I absolutely love. A great one to give away today, and you are getting these free, and all you have to do is comment on the show. So anyone in there with a chance to win, then you can comment and maybe be lucky enough to win these amazing die and stamp sets. So they will be coming to you. So we'll let you know at the end of the show. Our Rach will send the winner through, and we will announce it at the end of the hour. Right, we're going to start with water reactive ink pads. Now, these are probably one of the most used ink pads because they do so much. They're exactly what they say they are. They're water reactive. So they react with anything that you put a liquid form to. So whether that will be your sparkle pen, whether it will be your glycerin, whether it be your water, they're going to absolutely be beautiful. So you've got your plum jam there. We've got lemon tonic. We've got your Bordeaux, we've got your smoked plume, your frosty jade. It's not frosty jade here today, that's for sure. Your jet black, your pow fig, and your crush velvet. Some really amazing colours in that, so absolutely love those ones. And today you can get those for, is that right, all of those? That's an 8-piece collection, £30 or $50, but look at your platinum price, £24 or $40. You're saving over 30% on those, which is amazing. Now, I have been informed that there is less than 20 of these, so you're going to absolutely have to grab those. Now, if you've already got them, you'll know that you want some more, stock up on them for that price, which is incredible. Now, I think we're going to be taking a look at these to start with. Are these the ones we're going to be looking at? And let's go over to Craig and see exactly what we can do with these ink pads.
So, no secret here, the water reactive ink pads are my favourite. I absolutely love them. They are so versatile. As Debbie just touched upon briefly there as well, the things that you can do is stamp with them, watercolour with them, bringing in your water brush, sparkle overlay, all these different things that you could be doing, creating your own resist effects, we'll do later on in Monday Makers, or actually within Masterclass. But the thing that's so good about these is being able to get that seamless blend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take two of them, the pale fig and the crushed velvet, and I'm purposely, Debbie, going to be using our square, when the rectangle, blending tools.
Okay.
Because I know this is something that many people struggle with, certainly when it comes to the blending tools. And with the water reactive, you know that they are the blendable water reactive because you've got your blending tool on them. And all that I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the lightest one first. And I know lots of people do struggle, but the way that I like to use them is I always like to call it a run and jump. Now, what I mean by that is I start on my glass mat and I take a run up onto my cardstock, and then I just start to blend that colour on.
I love that, a run and jump.
Yeah, just a nice little run and jump, because if you go direct, certainly with your blending tools, you can sometimes get that little bit of a harsher line. Whereas by taking in that little run and jump, you're not wasting anything, because anything that's still there, can't see it because it's a lighter colour, but anything that is still there, you're ending up and you're just coming along and you're just going to then use what's already on your glass mat. And we're just going to keep going back and forth. If you've got your non-stick craft mat, you can have your ink pads sitting on them. Sometimes what I'll do, or most of the times, I'll have them up against my glass mat so that they're not moving. And I'm only going to go halfway within this one, and then we're going to come along with our additional one, which is the crushed velvet. But even when it comes to that tone, look at that, there's no imperfections in that one.
Yeah.
You've got that really, really nice blend. But you can, if you want, you can still build up that blend. So if I wanted that to be a little bit darker, still using that same ink pad, then you're just going to go over the area that you want it to be that little bit dark. So we're just going to go in and then just blend that one out. And then what we can also do is then we can go in with our crushed velvet. So let's make sure we've got the right ones. And of course, what you can do is, because it's from the same colour family, Essentials, you can just use that same one if you want. What I do with all of my water reactives, many of you have seen them before, I have like a little hook and look disc on the back. And I do have a blending foam for every single water reactive one.
Perfect.
So it just means there that, yes, of course, you can use that same one within the colour family, but invest in some of the replacements, and then it just sits underneath. They still sit in the tray, don't move, they don't wobble, nothing like that, because it is flush along the base, and that's how that I just tend to then keep each of my blending squares.
Brilliant tip.
So let's go. As I say, I could use the same one, but I've got another one here ready. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it around. Now, this is where you need to watch. What you're going to want to do is get a little bit of scrap, even if it's here. We've even just got like a Post-it note here. Because what can happen is the oils in your hand, because it's water-based, it's water reactive, the oils in your hand can lift that colour up, so you're going to be left with little round fingerprints.
Yeah.
So to avoid that, just put a little bit of scrap. It could be a little bit of cardstock, Post-it note, it could be an old envelope, whatever it is, and it just means what you're able to still do is you're still able to secure it, but what we're able to do is we're able to then create that barrier, so I'm not going to get any of the oils on, of course, my pre-blended part. I'm just going to come a little bit closer just now. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to then do exactly what I've done before, and that is come in with this darker purple. Only thing to watch for is do make sure that you don't cross over on the edge, because you'll be ending up with a line.
Yeah.
So if I turn that around, let's just say I cross over, you're ended up with that straight line, which if you're then starting to blend that together, of course, you don't want that. So we're just going to go in and taking that run and a jump, and I've gone into the opposite side to start with, and then I'm blending in to that light tone that I've had to start with. So we're just going to go in, work that in, and then we're just going to come closer and closer. And sometimes as I'm getting to this point here, I'm not necessarily taking a run and jump to the edge. What I'm doing is I'm then coming in at the side there, just so that I can get that colour that's on my blending tool into that central section of the cardstock. And then we can go, and again, let's then add that little bit of darkness around the edge. And then I just want to kind of just blend that in, just that little bit more, so I can go back in with my light blending tool. the pale fig, and then we're just going to go into the centre. I'm going to do the same again, take that little bit of excess off to start with, and then with that pale fig, so that's the lightest one that we started with, I'm just going to go in, and then let's just then finish that one off. Already had a nice blend together, but let's just finish that one off, and then you're starting to get that two-tone just blended into each other. Now at this point, we can then start to then do water techniques if you want to. You can then start to then stamp onto it and then pick the colour out. We'll do all these different things when it comes to the masterclass later on. But one of the things that always get asked, and hence why I want to look at it first, is the blending tools. A lot of you find it easier with the blending brushes and all that, check out the website. But a lot of you have got these at home and you're wanting to get to grips at actually using them the best way you can. That's how I use them, and that's how you get that nice seamless blend. If I was to do a 3-tone, 4-tone, you can absolutely do that, but just going and doing, for me anyway, it's that little bit of a run and jump onto your cardstock to get that nice seamless blend.
I absolutely love that, Craig. And I also think what's brilliant about that is showing that you're right with those ink pads, because you build up that colour. So if you want that really nice, soft lay down of colour, you can. And then if you want to go back in afterwards and just it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And then the choice is yours, isn't it, with the ink pads, which is amazing. We've got... Kathy is saying, hello, Debbie and Craig, from a rainy Mechanicsburg. Chantel is in from Australia. Kat is saying, hi, Debbie and Craig. I missed you. Team and Crafters, I love you two together. This will be a great show. Thank you, Kat. That's a really nice thing to say. Christine is saying, Debbie and Craig, what are your favourite ink pads and why are they your favourite? So I think Craig's already told you that his is the water reactive, and mine are definitely the Pigment ink pads. I adore them. I just love them. I just think they are the ink pads that everyone should have a set of. They sort of do a bit of both, really. You can still use them to paint with and colour with and blend with, but I love heat embossing. It's one of my favourite things, especially triple embossing. So that's why I love those. And if you would prefer, I can keep all the questions. Oh, I'm reading out. Honestly, I'm having one of those days. I'll tell you my banana story, but later on. It really is one of those days. I'm reading out. Yes, I would love you, Rach, to keep the questions till later. That would be really good.
Never mind those other questions. I want to know about the banana story.
You want to know my banana story? Well, very quickly, I went to buy some bananas from the supermarket, and the woman I was just looking down at what she was scanning and putting them in my basket. So then I see these bananas just there. She had them in her hand, and I was thinking, why is she scanning the bananas? They don't have a barcode on them. And for ages I sat there, and they kept swinging. And I was like, and I looked up at her, and she then went like that. And I realised she wasn't trying to scan them, she was trying to give them to me. And I just sat there watching her trying to scan bananas that I knew didn't have a barcode on them. It's like, what am I like? Right, so hi Debbie and Craig and CTV and everyone. Debbie, it's my birthday, and I have sent my birthday card in of my partner. I think he's trying to tell me something. Oh, well, look out for that one. Nicola, look out for that one. So Karen, happy birthday. I hope you're having a really lovely day. And I did read something else somewhere. Oh, this is the one. So Chantel has said, oh, Debbie, it's 7 p.m. here in West Australia, and I've just spent the whole day doing my housework. I can't believe it. Oh, you just have to give yourself a day off tomorrow, Chantel. Yeah, tomorrow could definitely be your no housework day. Right, they are our water reactive ones. We're now going to do my favourite ones, so the Pigment ink pads. What I do love about our ink pads is determining which ones they are. The Pigment ink pads are all in the brown containers, although... oh yeah, they are. They've just got wrappers on. So let me give you the names of all the Pigment ones we've got. So the first one we've got is Sandstorm. Then we've got that Crushed Velvet, which is the water reactive one that Craig was just using. Then we've got our Ocean Blue and our Green Topaz, one of my absolute favourites. I love this colour. I've been using this a lot on all my foliage instead of the normal sort of greens. I think that's beautiful. We've also got a Twilight Grey, and the orange is in this collection as well. And then we've also got the Chinese red, And our last one in that collection, which is another firm favourite, is the Parakeet, which is just that beautiful turquoise blue. And again, you're getting all 8-piece pads, ink pads for £24 or $40 platinum price, which is absolutely incredible for your ink pads. A saving of 30% off on those as well. So we're going to head to Craig and see what he's got in store with the Pigment ink pads.
Yeah, but then these ones, what we're actually going to do is something that Debbie touched upon there a moment ago, because I think it's really cool, and we'll do it within a really small space of time, and that is triple embossing. Because you can start to layer over your stencils, you can do your heat embossing if you want to, paint with them and all that as well. We're going to then go through lots of these within Masterclass later on. But what I'm going to do, just to start with, I'm going to go in with that Parakeet to start with. Let me actually take, for these ones with the Pigment, I do tend to go with my finger daubers a lot, because I think because they're really, really strong and intense, finger daubers are really, really good. And I'm going to do it kind of in two ways, and there's a reason as to why I'm going to do that. So if I just go in with the Parakeet on one section here, and then I'm going to repeat that. So essentially what I'm going to do, this side here, I'm just going to do heat embossing the once, and then on this side, what I'll do is they'll do the triple heat emboss. Because once you've done it 3 times, it's like a glaze that you're getting. So therefore, it's worthwhile having a play and doing that. Now, because it is the Pigment ink pads, they stay sticky longer. Now, I don't mean put your hand on it, it's going to stick to your hand. What's going to happen is it's going to enable your powder to stick onto the inks. So I've got some clear embossing powder here. So let's sprinkle it on both, and then let's melt both. So that goes a little bit cloudy then. So we're going to heat this up. Now this could be stamped images through your stencils if you want to. Lots of ways in which you can do this. But we're going to get that melting, and once that's melt, we're going to then move it along. And what you're going to be left with is sort of like it's like a little bit of a linen textured effect.
Yes, there's nothing more satisfying, is there, Craig?
So satisfying. And I do hear many people that do say that one specific technique that has turned people into paper crafting is watching heat embossing.
Yeah.
I've heard many people say that over the time. Now, there's 2 ways that you can do this. At this moment in time, while that's still wet and warm, what we can do is we can then sprinkle more of the powders over. What I like to do, just to kind of make it really nice and sticky, is I'll just go in with, I'm just going to use, I'm not going to use that finger dauber because I'll then cross-contaminate with colour. I'm just going to come in with my finger dauber, no I'm not, my blending tool, and I'm just going to go over the top, just to make that still sticky. So just to reiterate, as soon as that melted, I could have poured the powder over, and then of course with that heat, because it's still melting, the powder would stick to it. I just like to let it sit for a moment and go over with my watermark. And we're going to do the same again. So we're not touching that one. That's had 1 layer of heat emboss. And then this time, let's sprinkle that over the top, and it goes cloudy. And each time that you start to do it, it comes that sort of enamelled glaze sort of look. The top layer is melting into that bottom layer, and what's going to start to happen is create that really nice smooth layer. So if we go in again, so this time actually what I'll do, while it's still wet, let's just show you, so that way I've shown you both ways, I can sprinkle that over the top, because that has still been warm and sticky to then pop our powder over. So let's then melt that layer.
It's so amazing, this technique, because it just looks like glass.
It does, doesn't it? So if you start to do it in your, like, I mean, for instance, can you imagine, Debbie, doing it with something like that one there, and creating that stained glass window effect?
So nice.
And this, just 3 layers. You could do a 4th if you wanted to, do a couple extra if you wanted to, but just the difference between them both. Look how smooth and shiny that is.
So
and
amazing.
That one is, of course, just that single layer, so it's still got that textured layer. And that is just one of the many techniques in how you can use the Pigment, because you're going to get that nice glossy look, you're going to get that smooth look as well. Works great for like the water and the sea and all that sort of thing. And although I've just gone direct onto my cardstock, think about doing this through all your stencils, your backdrops and that, and creating that kind of glazed, enamelled sort of look.
Yeah, absolutely. Aren't they just fantastic? And I think it just shows you, and both have a place. I love that enamelled look, that hammered look. Just looks incredible when you're just doing one layer down. But that triple emboss, wow. I mean, so absolutely amazing. So a quick recap on those ones. These are your pigment ink pads. You're getting your parakeets, your crushed Chinese red, sorry, your orange, your twilight grey, your green topaz, your ocean blue, your crushed velvet and sandstorm in there. So all absolutely gorgeous colours that you are getting on those. Now the next one we've got, now the best thing about ink pads, although we have favourites, they've all got a use, they have all got a use of their own, and they're all amazing because they do everything they say on the tin. So the pigment are packed with pigment. They're also going to last you longer because they're anti-fade because of the real true pigments in them. Your water reactive, going to react beautifully with water and whatever you put them onto, and all those faux bleaching techniques. Now your quick drying, every craft room needs a place for your quick drying inks because they're brilliant, especially for your layering stamps, for just putting a quick layer of ink down. All your sentiment stamps, if you want to do them in colour, these are the ink pads for you. And we've got these in all different colours as well. So we've got our plum jam, you've got that green topaz in those, you've got your Friar brown, we'll get my words out. You've got your orange, oh, and that's, let me just pop the lid back on there. You've got that in your orange, we've got sandstorm in there, you've got your parakeets, your crushed velvet, and you've also got your plum fig, pow fig, not plum fig. What is it with my words today? Plum fig, pow fig to go with that as well. It's the bananas, it's absolutely the bananas. I've got bananas. I think that's definitely what it is more to do with. But yeah, quick drying ink pads are an absolute must in the craft room, and we're going to head over to Craig and see exactly what he's got in store with these ones.
Yeah, let's simply stamp out a centre. I'll do two things, but the main thing with these is they dry quick. Now, when I say they dry quick, they don't dry within 5 seconds or 10 seconds. It's not that quick. They dry instantly. So it's really
when you
good.
said that, I was like, where's he going with that? I thought they dried instantly.
They dry instantly, so you don't have to wait even just a few seconds. So they're great for your silhouettes, they're stamps, good for your sentiment stamps as well. So what I mean by that is, I'm going to go in with just a clear stamp here. Let's go in with this one, and let's see, so we're not cheating, I'm going to go in with a solid one, so it's not as if it's just a fine outline. And then I'm going to go into the middle here. Let's just layer it up, and then I'm going to go in with orange. So it's a light one. This will then show any blemishes. I just want to make sure that I've not got any dirt on my finger when I do this. So I'm going to then go press, move. I can feel the heat building up in my finger.
Don't burn your finger.
Look at that.
I know, that is incredible, isn't it?
It is absolutely exceptional at how quick that it is. Now, and we're going to talk through lots of other things within Masterclass. Controversial, you can layer the ink onto the cardstock. Similar to what I've done here. The only thing you're not going to get is a blend because you've seen how quick it dries. So the main thing is, what you're going to have to do is make sure you've gone onto a non-porous surface. So a glass mat, a tile, something like this. And then we can just pick up the colour that you can see here, but keeping in mind, what you need to remember is that will dry instantly. So yes, we can get that blend of colour on, but if I came along and tried to blend that in with another quick dry, you are going to see kind of that difference in colour because it's dried so quick. But yes, you can, if you wanted to, go in and just lay that colour down. This isn't one where you would do water techniques. That's what you would do when it comes to things such as your water reactives here. But if you are lost for colours, maybe you've only got a couple of quick dries, you can absolutely, if you wanted to, go on and add that little bit of colour through the stencil. You just need to keep in mind, you can't blend with it or do any of your different funky techniques such as your water techniques. You want to keep that for your your water reactive, or of course your pigment. And we'll show you more when it comes to masterclass later on. But when they say quick dry, that is how quick that they dry. And you've seen me firsthand within seconds showing you.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And I do love that. Craig's absolutely right. You can put them onto your paper, keep it one colour and then stamp the same colour over the top of that.
Looks so cool.
Amazing. Yeah, there's just so many things. They all have a place. I think you just have to decide, affordability, which ones you're going to go for if you've not tried them. But actually, all of them today got an amazing price on them. I'm just going to recap on these and then we're going to just give you a little bit of time to check out your basket. So we've got our Pow Fig on those ones. We've got the Crush Velvet. Also the parakeet, that beautiful orange that Craig's just shown you. We've then got the green topaz, the sandstorm, the Friar brown, and then the last one, a beautiful colour, that one is in your plum jam. So you can grab all of those today, £24 or $40, saving you that 30% on those as well. Right, we're going to have just a really quick short break. Don't go too far and join us right back here.
Tea first, and then from there meetings, and there could be commercial meetings, there could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different.
Getting early on the morning to work, set up all my cameras, all my TV monitors, make sure the lights are on. After the last show, we'll need to make sure everything's switched off, ready for the next day. Then I get to go home, just watch some TV, watch some movies or something when I'm making some food, and then go to sleep.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed before I get up in the morning.
Hi everybody, I am Cindy A. Lewis. I do have a YouTube channel, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm here because I do love Crafters Companion products and Crafters TV and Sarah Davies. I love everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV, on all the scheduled shows. I've learned so much inspiration from all the shows. I appreciate the Angel Policy using the inspiration, the products to make our own and make it our own. And Sarah, I'm so glad you're back and fully in charge. I'm so happy about that. You could really sell ice to those in the North Pole. As you can see, all these bins back here are dies and stamps from Crafters Companion, almost all. Those markers are all Spectrum Noir markers in the back. And these bins are all full of your kits, all the kits, like Sarah's signature kits and the different ones. So I keep them all together. And then down there are all, let's see, those are all in those bins. Christmas dies and stamps, mostly from Crafters Companion. And I just have to say, I'm so happy that you are here and out there for all of us to inspire us. So thank you so much for letting me be a part from Little O, Oklahoma, USA.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome back. Hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, whatever you're up to. I hope you're not doing any housework because it's National No Housework Day. And Karen has just said, Hazel has just said she's managed to get a day off. So she's catching up on the show. So Hazel, no housework. It's No Housework Day. Giving you permission. And we've got a giveaway. So remember, keep commenting because you will get these amazing stamp and die sets from our gnome collection. So make sure that you comment throughout the show. We will give these away, and just a little heads up, we've got another giveaway later on, so we're full of goodies today on Crafters TV. Chantel is in saying thanks Debbie, and we'll let my husband know that I've given you permission for a day off. I'll take full responsibility. Patty saying thank you for providing another informative and educational show on the different ink pads. Yeah, it's been really good, and even for me it's so nice to see Craig's perspective on things as well. Colin's saying wow, that is awesome Craig, I never thought about double or triple heat embossing. And actually Craig, it's something, because we do it all the time, it's something we just think everybody knows, but there's so many people that don't know the techniques that you are showing today, and it's really important to do a masterclass, isn't it, on these sort of things?
It really is, and as well, not even just for you guys at home, it's great for us to get thinking again as well, because sometimes, exactly as you said, you know, sometimes we just fall into this little trap that, you know, we've got our favourite, what reactive for me, and I like to showcase all these different techniques that I love, and then I have to remember sometimes there's lots of other ways. So these shows are a good opportunity for me and Debbie just to delve back into our knowledge that we've learned and show you different things that you can do with them too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and Craig's absolutely right. We do forget. I think we all get caught in a bubble. We like what we like. So,
exactly.
Yeah, sometimes we need to just push ourselves out of our comfort zone. So that applies to everybody. Right, we've got our ink pads. I love these. The Ombre ink pads are they were a really clever idea that came in this shape in a tub. Craig will show you them in a second. They are the water reactive inks that we've got, and they're the same colours as well that we do in the water reactive. But this time you get them in smaller ink pads that are just so versatile. They're really handy to take with you, whether you're going to craft groups or wherever you're going. You've got your light and fresh. This one is your pink tulip, your pale fig, your ocean blue, your oasis, your spring meadow, your lemon tonic, your honey pot, and your sandstorm. Then we've got our rich and luxurious, which is your plum jam, your Chinese red, your orange, your jet black, your smoked emerald, lagoon, midnight, and damson wine. So beautiful colours there. We've also got an offer on where you're getting the photograph papers with it as well, which I know sounds really strange, but this works really beautifully. In fact, it works out, if you buy your ink pads, you are getting your papers for absolutely free. And today's price is £27.16 or $31.92. Had to look a bit closer there. I know my glasses are right next to me, but my glasses are for close up, so that's a bit further away. So as long as I sort of concentrate, I can sort of see the one that's further away. Put my glasses on. Craig, over to you.
Let's have a little bit of a play. Well, actually, beforehand, let's just show you some of the colours. More to say, to show you, gives you an idea, you know, whether it's your die cut flowers, whether it's your die cut panels, whether you're going through your stencils, whether you're creating that backdrop, of course, you can do that. Go over with things such as your glitters as well, or just starting to emboss your stencils, inking through them, or let's see, I've got another one kind of along that same lines, just embossing and then inking through. But let's have a play, and then we can start to then ink up. So I'm going to go onto my glass mat here, and then let's go in with what colours that I've got is, let's go in with Oasis. And I'm going to go in with the darker ones as well. Let's go in with the Lagoon. I'm just going to get that in the light. I think that one's the Lagoon there. And then I'm going to start with the lightest one here. So I'm just going to go onto my glass mat, and I'm just going to start to ink these down. Now, I know within this colour here, you've also got the colour band at the side. I could have just looked at that. But what I'm going to do, it helps, it's Monday.
I do love that they've got the little sticker of the colour beside them.
Yeah, which if I hadn't noticed that a moment ago, I would have been like, oh my gosh, so they do. It's like, that helps. So it's just inking up here on my glass mat. This could be a craft mat, this could be your Gemini plate. You've heard me talk about, you know, even if you didn't get the big Gemini, we still sometimes have the 12 by 12 cutting plate. Use that as something to ink on and do your mixed media on. I've got one of my photo papers at the side. Let me just make that a little bit bigger here, just at the side, just inking up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to then spritz this with water. I'm just using our fine mister spray. If you've got our water spritz, you could be using that. And then let's just lift up here. And then look at that marbled effect that you've got.
Get such good effects with this, Craig.
Really good, aren't they? Really, really good. And look at that. No smudging or smearing. And that's just one of the colours that we've got there, the Oasis. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take any of that excess water off, because what I don't want to do, any little pools of water, I don't want to pop my ink pad into that. So I was just taking that little ink excess off. And this time what I'm not going to do is kind of have a solid block of ink. I'm just going to kind of sort of dab about. I'm going to use the corner. I'm going to use that point as well. And then I'm just going to do that once again. So I'm just going to give that a nice light mist spray. Press that down, lift it up, and then starting to build that intensity where we've got some of the darker pieces there, where that's more of that corner, because of course you've got more, if I come here where it's not wet, you've got more of that lay down compared to if I went in with the tip, you've got the smaller. So this is where you're going to get such larger parts of the inks coming through. But then of course having that lighter tone with the Oasis into that backdrop, this could simply be a backdrop for maybe something like a die or that. I mean, if I was to go in, could you imagine how dramatic that would be if I was to go in with this one here? Imagine even just with the trees, imagine that maybe in like a dark cardstock, black cardstock, maybe even then you want to then turn it over on its side as well. It could be the sky, that could be the space.
It does look like a stormy sky, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? It really, really does. Maybe you want to use it with your nautical collections. You can do that, no problem at all. So there's lots of ways in which you can then start to create your different funky backgrounds. What I'm going to do is just take that little excess off with the water again, and then let's then pop these ones back. And then let's go in with the darker tones here. And let's then go in with 1. Let's go in with 2. And then let's go in with 3, like so. And then let's do that again. Let's give that I mean, just so quick in drying. It's just exceptional. It really, really is within that photo paper. And then let's water it down that little bit more, and then let's go in and press that down. I'm going to then lift that one up. Oh, I love
that.
Even that way there.
That is so nice.
Is it me or do I say like a princess or a ballerina? Or dress with her arms, her head. No, is that just me? Just me? No? Well, okay. It's just me.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can sort of see
Like
that. I'll
hand
tell you
in
what they
hand.
now look like, because you've said that. They look, do you remember years ago you used to have the cover on the loo rolls, the doll?
Yes.
You used to put the dolls at the top in the loo rolls, like the Barbie doll with like, and then you put the skirt over the top of the loo roll.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, yes.
Can you imagine that? Bring them back. Bring them back. What I'm going to do is let's just do that again, but then let's flip our paper. So let's then come down into there, and then down into there, and then let's go down into there. So not necessarily in that same order, but let's pop that one back. And then I'm going to spritz. I'm going to do a double spritz like I've done with this one. So this time, I want to have those darker tones just at the top. And then let's lift that one up. Oh, I love it. It's
so
picking
nice.
some of the Oasis from before.
Yeah, so nice.
I love that now.
It's lovely, isn't it?
So dramatic.
When you start playing with this paper, it's just, you just create, look, you suddenly think, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and the paper picks out beautifully, and then it just dries. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, all of these different things. That's good to know, Nicola.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's really good to know. Shaving foam tip. So how would you do that?
So you would just put the paper on the shaving foam when you've done your, so when your technique with the shaving foam, where you put your inks onto it, so you'd need to use your inks. They're not the ink pads.
Oh, sorry. Do you know?
We've got Monday morning brain.
Do you know what I was thinking? I thought you were, so you can use the photo paper.
Yes.
I thought Nicola was meaning those, and I'm thinking, but then you have to, that means you would have to press them into the shaving foam. How could, that's okay, that's me, Nicola, that is me. Got it. Oh, even better then. Even better.
Paper, yeah.
You can use your photo paper with, of course, that shaving foam technique. But yeah, do your stencils. For me, that is predominantly how I'd be using these, layering up, even going at darker colours. Great one. Once dry, die cut it as well if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does die cut like a dream. You are getting 100 sheets of that. So if you did want to, I'm assuming we'll have some extras on the website. I would go and get some extra packs of this, because honestly, once you start using it, you're going to be using it all the time. And that comes with your 2 ink pads, the rich and luxurious, and your light and fresh as well. And that will come with your papers. So a great one to have. Now, I do want to show you one of our goodie bags that we've got on today, because this one is your, it's a taster of your ink pads. And I think it's an absolutely brilliant ink pad if you want to get somebody into a new craft, if they've not tried our ink pads before, or maybe you're just running low on your ink pads, or you might just have one sort or not another, and you want to try it. This is a brilliant little goodie bag here, and there is 61% off the price. Now, I do have to tell you though, if you go for multiples of the bag, you will get duplicates of them. So, and there is less than 100 of them to go around, so you need to be quick, but a great little goodie bag to have. So first of all, I'm going to show you these ink pads. So beautiful ones. I'm going to put my glasses on as well. Good job Susie's not on the socials today. She would be really moaning at me. Oh, look, I can see that says Flame Pink. Flame Pink, that's your shimmer ink pad that you're getting in there. You're also getting your Colour Bloom, which is your summer bouquet. Absolutely love the Colour Blooms. They look amazing. Then we've popped in some metallics for you as well, in the blush and in the silver. Is that the price on the screen? That's all this that's in the goodie bag. How amazing is this? So that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4 ink pads so far. We've then got all these ones. So you've got your quick drying in your Fryer Brown. You've got to be using that all the time. You've got your crushed velvet in your water reactive, and you've got your sandstorm in your pigment ink pads. So we're literally giving you pigment ink pads, metallic ink pads, Colour Bloom ink pads, shimmer ink pads, and your water reactive and your quick drying. So that's amazing in itself, just to have all of those ink pads in this bag. Then on top of that, we've popped in our Enchanted Ocean ink pads. Now these ones are your shimmer ink pads, so you're getting your Coral Breeze, your Ocean, they duets, a shimmer on the back of them. Oh, duet shimmer then. It's, I'm going to turn it around so you can see, look, shimmer ink pads. Yeah, so which is why. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think they are duets. I don't think they are shimmer ink pads, are they? Yeah, it says on the back. So ignore the pack. They're duet ink pads, and you're getting all. How many times have we shown these and never noticed that before? How very strange that is. But you're getting 6 colours in those little mini ink pads. We've also popped in our blending tool as well, with the extra little sponge. And then on top of that, we've only gone and put in our rocker blocks, which is amazing. So yes, you're getting your rocker blocks. You'll get a brand new one, not used ones on there. And they're the 2 big size ones, which I always tell people to start with, because then that way, doesn't matter what size your stamps are, they're going to fit on top of these. Wow, what an absolutely brilliant kit. I mean, that is incredible. £24 or $32, you are getting all of these ink pads, your rocker blocks and your sponge. I mean, that I think is a star of the show, and I'm not surprised, 61% off. Grab that now, because that's absolutely brilliant. Oh. Let's pop them back in the bag. Right, what are we showing next, Nicola? Right, oh nice. So on top of having your ink pads, you're going to want to have things that you can die cut and stamp with and use them with your ink pads. We've got that for you as well. So this is a great little set that we've got here. Now these are stamps and dies, and again it is that goodie bag that we've got. So don't show Craig this one. He will be mortified that his favourite stamp and die is in this goodie bag, and this goodie bag is only going to cost you £25 or $35, but £20 platinum price or $28, which is incredible. We've also got, so that's $12.99 on its own. That's amazing. The Morning Sunrise, this one, how much is this on its own? So both of those, there we go. So that is your value of the bag. So everything I'm going to be showing you next, you're getting absolutely free. Oh, I love this one. Didn't know we had any Mediterranean Dreams left. We've got your lemon vine. That is so beautiful. Such a lovely die set to have, and be lovely to have coloured background in. We've also got the Mediterranean window. That's incredible as well. So you've got your stamp and lots of stamps on there to stamp with. Then you've got your amazing love letters, another great one that get in there. Bear in mind, it's all free. You're getting your lovebirds in there, it's another beautiful one. Then you're getting your vintage Vegas with all your stars, so your star signs, which is incredible. My goodness, this is all free. Then you're getting your unicorn at heart. So you've got your unicorn embossing folder. So it's embossing in here, not just stamp and die. That's an embossing folder. Then you're getting your unicorn stamps. So that's going to come in there as well. We've also popped in our Fairy Glade Woodland Windows, which is your stamp and stencil set, that one. That's a beautiful one to have. Then we've got in your Harvest, which is your Thankful and Blessed with all your pumpkins. Then we've got, it's still going. This is an incredible bag. Then we've got your rabbits, so that one's your cute little characters, which are amazing. And then the last one we've got here is your Thankful and Blessed, is your Grateful and Blessed. And then you've got some more pumpkin dies there that you can use. What an absolutely amazing bag. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All of that is free. That's amazing, free. And all you're paying for is Craig's favourite stamp of all time and that amazing die set, which is absolutely incredible. I love that.
Snap.
How amazing is that? So amazing. Yeah, absolutely love that one. Now, we are going to go back to our, I say back to, we haven't showed you them apart from in our goodie bag, but we are going to show you the Midas ink pads. Now, the Midas ink pads are beautiful. They're metallic ink pads. We've got them in the most exceptional colours, and I think it's really important to think that these are quite hard colours to get in a metallic. So you've got your red garnet, you've also got your jade green. I mean, these, if I just show you that ink pad, it is packed full of just juicy pigment shimmer ink pad, which is a metallic. That's amazing, absolutely amazing. You've then got your blush. We've got platinum in there. Oh, have you got 2 platinum?
That's what I wanted to
Let's
check
have a
with
look,
that
because
one.
we've
Yeah,
got 2 platinum here.
Platinum.
So yes, you do. So 2 platinum ones that you've got there. We must have a lot of stock of the platinums, and it means that we can pop them in the bundle and it not cost you anything. So 5-piece collection there for £11.20 or $17.60. That's exceptional. So make sure you grab those ones. Craig, have you got one little thing we can show with this?
Yeah, well, let's do 2 quick little things here. Let's go in on the jade green onto our black cardstock just to show you, because these are a pigment. Now, what you're going to be able to do is you're still going to be able to stamp with them, you'll still be able to then blend with them if you want to, watercolour if you wanted to, but what you're going to be able to do is pop your heat embossing over the top. So if I even just show you the 4, so obviously we've already got the platinum, there onto the black cardstock. I mean, look at that, black cardstock with those 4 colours there. You can see how well that they work. Now, predominantly, I do use them within the black cardstock, but if you are wanting to use them on the white, you can absolutely do that. That Midas metallic is still going to come through. So just doing that little swash within the 4 of them, and then I'll bring in a stencil. There we go, just so to say you can see on the both shades. So if I bring them in once again, so there's your white and your black within all 4 colours. But what about even if I come in, I've just gone in with the stencil here. I'm just going to go in with an egg dauber or blending tool here. Usually I use the finger daubers, but I don't have any with the Midas ink pad, and I don't want to cross-contaminate one. So I'm just going to go in, and you could, of course, tape this down if you want to. But if I just go through kind of like this harlequin sort of diamond-shaped stencil, and really start to then ink that up, layer that up. I'm just dabbing in, picking it from my ink pad, going straight onto the stencil, which I've got options afterwards, i.e. if I want to bring in my embossing powder, no problem whatsoever. But if I just move that one out the way for now, and then on that black cardstock, you're going to get that Midas jumping through.
Oh, beautiful.
And then let's, just while I've got it all here, let's come in with our clear embossing powder and then pop that on. So it's going to go that whitey tone because, of course, it's coating the ink. And this is the great thing, because yes, it's the Midas Spectrum Noir metallic ink pad, because it is a pigment ink, it means that your embossing powders are going to stick, and we're going to let that melt, and as soon as it melts, we're going to run that through. But again, remember, as I was saying beforehand, all your different techniques, you can still use these Midas ink pads. These are great to be stamping with as well. Think about your sentiments that you're going to have that are going to be stamped out within the ink pads. What about die cut your sentiments and then colour them, ink them with the Midas ink pads? Really, really smart as well. And then now, going from that beautiful red garnet straight on the card through the stencil to now being heat embossed. How fab does that one look as well? So, so versatile when it comes to the metallic ink pads from Spectrum Noir.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. Diane is saying she's looking forward to trying the photo paper. I have it, but I didn't know how to use it. Yeah, absolutely use it, Diane. Colleen's saying great goodie bags. Yes, they absolutely are. Pat is saying I love the Rose Boutique stamp and die. Yep, same as our Craig. Pat is saying I might play with the inks. I may the inks and make some background papers for the Easter cards today. Yes, that's a great idea. Love that. Samantha is saying, and actually the photo paper makes your inks look quite, especially your lighter ones, gives them a really beautiful pastel colour, so they would be perfect for Easter. Samantha is saying the stamp and die goodie bag is fab, absolutely. And then we've got Alchi DeVries. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Ooh, wow, what a colour, love it. And she's also said I've put them in my basket as well. Now, one thing before we go, I just want to remind you of what we've got on the website, because we do have an amazing build your basket. Now, if you see, it's a build your own goodie bag. So if you see it at the weekend, it might not have worked too well. We had gremlins in the system. It's up and running, and you can build your own goodie bag. You put 10 items in your goodie bag, and literally when you built that goodie bag, you can pay £20 or $20, and there are some absolutely amazing items in there. So we're just going to click on there. Our Sam's going to click on that for you. Oh, he's just gone back to the 3 for 2, and as you can see, there is 3 for 2 for you as well. There you go. And if we scroll down, look at how many goodies. There's a 12 by 12 Violet Studios paper pad in that, and you can literally add 10 things to your basket and get it for £20 or $20. It is extraordinary. If you need some new blades for your trimmer, you've got those in that collection. There is all sorts in there. I mean, honestly, you want to go and look at that, because I wanted to leave that with you, because there is so much you can find. Even tweezers, there's dies on there, there's stamps on there, there's all sorts on there you're going to want to grab your hands off. And actually, all you're going to be paying for is £2 per item. So it's very, very, very good. So make sure you do grab that. Now, remember, if you come back in an hour's time, we have got our masterclass, and second time that you pronounced my name good, Debbie. Oh, the second time. I'm going to let you into secret. They told me in my ear what it was. So, yeah, apologies. Right, I've got to announce the winner as well. Do we have a winner for... there we go. I haven't got it there. Where is it? It's not there. I can't say. I must have scrolled past it. Above. Oh, I can't. Let's go and have a look. Let's have a look. No, it's not there. Oh, it says bumping up for you, so I obviously did miss it, yes. Pauline Hassel, that's why I don't come this side very often, see. Pauline Hassel, you have won our gnome collection for just commenting today, so well done. And don't do any housework, you've got to put your feet up and then you can be crafting these when they get to you. Just send us a link to your CTV prizes, crafterscompanion.co.uk, send us a little message and we will send them off to you. But please join us back in an hour's time. Craig's going to be going through all those ink pads in much more thorough detail and we will see you very soon. So don't go too far away because we know how much you love a masterclass. See you later. Bye.
Doodles.